Hi, so today we're going to look at what kind of a messages does the water fairies have. So it's something very connected with the water, and I think it's something with your wishes and needs, something that you need to find or uncover within yourself. Maybe something was suppressed. Maybe you think that you need to do something, but your heart says a different thing. Maybe something deep within you that just shows you that it needs to be uncovered. So I will use different various cards into this message just so we can get the message clearly. So the first card is clean it up, and the number is 21. There's something that has to be cleared up. The number 21 goes into the free, but also 21 is the number of collective. It's like collective consciousness or something like that. So we'll see what we need actually to clean up. So a few cards fell out, so let's see. So the second card is 32. It's here and now with a girl sitting on an egg. And there's two arrows that shows past and future. There comes the there and now. 28 with building blocks, like building up something. And 37 as a never-ending story. So let's see what has to be cleared up with the first card as 21. We see a lion and a lioness, a couple walking in the wilderness. In the nature. What there needs to be cleared up. Also, again, the water, and she's rowing in the water, having somebody sitting in the boat with her. It might be something connected with the relationships, or because they seem quite happy. They seem quite happy. We have 55 with the Palo Santo and the word written guardian. So there is somebody as a guardian for you. And I think that when you work together, you clear something out in the collective consciousness. It's like when these two girls like rowing in a boat, they're opening up new horizons. Like they're going new places, they're going and seeing new stuff. And these two are also moving, they're walking. They're going forward to somewhere. Then we have this card with an empty chair. The table full of food, but yet the chair is empty. And then we have a house on a leg. So these cards that I'm using, they're actually about tales. So they're connected with tales and characters and houses, everything from the tales. So it's quite magical, yet it gives good messages. Let's see from this all different cards what we can get into. there needs to be something that needs to be cleared up. What is it? Some kind of a never-ending story. And I'm feeling like there's not much that you have to do. It's like something to unlock or shift, or I'm just seeing like, you know, when you put in the key and you just make a one turn and it opens the doors, and that's all you need to do. I'm feeling like it's not far away or somewhere in the future. It's like here and now. Something about it unlocking, like, you know, when you make that one turn and that sound like click, and it's open. And that's all. You don't even have to find those doors. You don't need to even figure out what's behind the doors. You just have unlock something and open it. What is it that they're talking about? What you need to uncover or unlock something, or something even to, it's even connected with a clean it up, like oh, I don't know how to even describe the feeling. Like, you know, when there's a dusty closet standing in the room, and you just wipe off the dust, you find the keyhole, then you put in the key, and then you open up. Wipe the dust off, find the hole for the key, and unlock it. Maybe something that's been for a long time happening. It's dusty. I see the closet, it's dusty. It's standing there. It's like an old wooden closet. It's a dark wood closet. It seems quite simple, but it's dusty. And it seems like it's been there for a very, very long time. And when I see these three ancestors, it's something reminds me of ancient and old. Maybe something that was happening as a never-ending story for a very long time. And it's like was happening again and again and again and again. And like, there's something with that, you know, clean it off. And he's even having a broom, like, to clean up the dust and open, and that's all. It's like I'm feeling the feeling of excitement, you know, when you know that there's not much till something joyous happens, like the last step or the last touch. I didn't even know how to say it, like you touch something that hasn't been touched in years, and you just open the closet and that's all. It's not even, I don't even see what's exactly in the closet yet. It just seems that there is something connected with maybe changing something of the ways, because now I'm looking at this cat with a sword, And he's a fighter cat. Like, he's not a simple cat just laying, next to the fireplace and just being cozy. It's like the cat can make changes. He can fight things. He can change things. Like, he's adventurous. He's curious. He's not afraid of it. He has the capacity to do that. Maybe you're with somebody. And again, that there's this card, like a key, like he's giving her a key of something to unlock that closet that's been locked up very long time ago, and it's dusty. And also, like, the throne is empty. Like, like nobody has the throne. There's a whole hole full of food and this big chair, and it's empty. I got a unicorn, a white unicorn. Also, he's trying to drink some water. So what is about the cleaning something off and then taking the dust off? Again, something deep in the water. You have to dig deep to look for something that was happening for a very long time. And like, it connects in here and now. It might be happening in the past, and it might be still happening in the future. But there comes the key. And the key can open new doors and new ways. And that key is like, either you can do something, or you have a capacity to change something. Either it's something that you have within you, but yet, even though you do it within you, like an energy work or meditation or something, it's connected with a collective consciousness. Maybe it's happening not only for you, but for other people also. Or it's like some, popular thing, for example, as marriage, that a lot of people do, and it's been happening for years. And we all know the tendencies that the marriages are not always happy. And sometimes people feel imprisoned. I'm not against partnership and living together. I'm not even against. It's like about the story that never ends. Because, when we have some kind of a traditions, it becomes like a habit. And then we do it again and again and again and again. And then we say, oh, like nothing changes. Like, everything is always the same story. But basically, we choose the same habits or the same traditions, and we get stuck in the same loops that's been happening for years. It's about changing something, maybe a conception, maybe the way you look at relationships, or the way people should look at relationships, that it should be freeing. And I'm hearing just one last touch. That one cleaning that would open the doors just like that. And I'm seeing like the closet when it opens up, it's like, a new world, like a new a new surroundings, like a whole new area opens up, like in your consciousness and in your surroundings. And those building blocks is like, you know, when we build something and we grow also, it's like she's standing on top of the blocks, like she's not putting blocks around her, she's like standing on the blocks. This card speaks to me about innocence. I don't know why. It just speaks to me about innocence, being innocent, pure, like just a simple goat, white goat in the grass. Something pure, something innocent, something lovely and joyous. It's not even about anything about loneliness or something. It's about pure joy, maybe, or pure freedom. You know, this goat, it doesn't have anything holding her. She's just in the wild grass, standing there, like some kind of a pure joy of freedom. It might be connected actually with the relationships and marriage. Maybe you have the key how to create these kind of a relationships that would be freeing and not capturing people in. Because when we get married, well, I've never been married in a church. I had this thing. When we get married, when people get married in the church, but it's like you get a list of responsibilities. You get a list of burden that you have no choice. You have to be till the end. That you choose this for life. And then if you make the wrong decision, then it's your fault because you didn't do anything right or anything like that. Maybe it later in years it becomes capturing, like not freeing people, but and people burn out in marriages, like. But I'm still seeing like the love and the care, but I'm feeling like it's still a lot of free will in the relationship. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not saying that people, when they get married, they lose their will, but it takes something from people. I don't know. It's not like freedom, but I don't know how to explain it. You can be in a relationship and in a loving relationship and have everything that all the married people have, but yet have that you can breathe. It's like there's no suffocation in that. Maybe there is this thing with the free will that when you are just, in a relationship, you know that you can leave anytime. You're in, and it makes you free. That if something happens that, or if you don't want it anymore, or if something changes, you always have a free will to leave. And it gives some kind of a freedom for people to understand that they're not captured in the marriage. They're not a victim in the situation. Of course, there is some stuff when there are children. But I'm thinking of that getting freedom in that, being yourself and having your own world, and then your world of your both, and then the surrounding world. And when you do this clearing up, maybe there is some kind of a clearing up of habits and traditions that you have to get rid of. And then there's this card with the poppy with the word dream. Maybe it gives you the freedom to dream more. It opens up your mind, like you're not obligated to do anything. You're just being with a person because you both like it, but you're not obligated. If you help in any other ways, then he or she helps in any other ways. Like, it's like a very simple partnership because of the care, not because of, oh, I'm the man of the house and I have to take care. You want to take care of her. And if the woman is in a relationship, she does not have to take care of the household or of the children or take care of him. She does that from the way that she wants to do it, but she's not forced to do it. And when we look at a relationship and then we take out the obligations, because, for example, the man of the household, he would work anyway. If he would be alone or if he would be with you, he would work hard either way. But he agrees to share the money with you because you give, for example, if you're a woman, because you give as a woman, you give calmness, you give energy for him to do that. You give ideas, you create things with your mind and thoughts and dreams. And everything comes to you, but you both are not obligated. It's like pure, innocent creativity of the life together. And when people want to give for other person something, it comes much more innocent and pure. Because the wordings that you say that at the altar, the things that you give the promise of, it obligates you into something that you have no choice. And then when women come to me and we do sessions, sometimes they feel guilty that they have to end the marriage because it was like an agreement, like a promise. It's about it's of the things that you promise to yourself and the other person. And when you break out the marriage, you feel guilty, like you did not do your promise, like your words means nothing. Like you're not honest with yourself. You're not honest before God. You're not honest before the man or the woman you were married. And it somehow then people get to feel guilty. They need some punishment and like, oh, our marriage did not work. And I've seen those examples of, listen to me carefully, I have seen of those examples when the couple decides to divorce and their relationship gets 10 times better. They don't have any more obligations. And then the man wants to help with the child, and then he cares for the woman, and then like everything changes. And I never said that the Christianity was something pure. If you look deep down into religion, you'll see that there is nothing for the woman. It started pure innocent, and then it become not. But when the couple understands that they can end it and they can be free, and then they start to communicate whole differently, like they don't own anyone anything. And then they want to try, they want to give, they want to love, because they're not suffocated. There's nothing on their shoulders. They just want to share the life innocently and pure. And then we have this card with the cat's claw of purification. Again, clean it up. You have to clean something up. That gives you relaxation, that you understand that the relationship is not something that holds you in and locks you in. There should be always the feeling like, if you can switch jobs, even though you have a contract, you know deep inside of you that you always have a choice. And if the work did not, and if something changes in the work situation, because life happens, you always have a free will to leave and to go somewhere else. But if you sign a contract with a company that you will work for them for 30 years old, for better, for worse, in love and in sickness, then you feel obligated. This becomes like a prison. And when I work with the people and their ancestors come, like grandmothers and grandmothers, sometimes I had to say for them, like, take off the ring. Take off the ring. You're free. And most of them ask me, like, I can do that? Because there was some time that it was not possible for women to walk out. And even though now we have rights, and we have legal things that saves us, but it's your conscience that is obligated. You gave a promise. And this works on your humanless side, that your conscience then tries to give you guilt or wants to punish you because you want to leave the relationship. And some things work out and some things don't work out. Of course, all the things can work out if we want to, and we can try. But it's very hard to do something when you're doing not with your heart, but because you're obligated, because you gave that promise. Why would we do that? I am with you here and now because I enjoy that and I love that, and it's fun and it's nice, and we're free. Freedom. And when I told them, take off the ring, they're like, oh my God, can I do that? And I said, yes, take off that ring. And when they take off the ring, they become free, they become light, and they go to the sky. Even after death, some souls of the ancestors were imprisoned by the marriage. It becomes like a prison. Because all the things that it has to come from your heart, that you know that you will be with the person. Even if it's hard, even if it's easy, but you're not obligated. You don't own anyone anything. And if even you choose to be with him or with her, you're both are free. In each other's arms and free in your own lives. And if something changes that you don't feel uplifted, you don't feel happy anymore, you don't have to learn or to give the person anything more, you can go your separate ways in peace, in calmness, and with love, even though you have children or not. And when you don't have a contract with a company, you just go there and work because you like it. And if anything changes, changes the director, changes the CEO, something happens, they sell out, the bankruptcy, anything can happen. You know that you can always pack your bags and move. It's like changing apartments or changing jobs. The idea is that you always are free. You're with a person, but you are free. I'm not saying like you're free to go with other people and sleep with them. It's not about this freedom. It's about your conscious freedom. And what I saw with the ancestors, that they were, especially women, they take the vows very, very seriously. It's like a stamp, like a contract that you get, that you will not break it no matter what happens. And they suffered because they were beaten up, men were drinking up, they always would come back to the home drunk, and they became the prison of the marriage, of the love. Even, I think even the love left. And there's nothing more left than obligation. And then the household becomes like a company. You have to do this, you have to do that, I clean that, why didn't you clean that? It has to be differently, like full of freedom. If you're not in the mood, if you're tired, don't clean. You're not obligated to clean it because your man or woman is working. But if you love, you care, and you know that maybe she or he will come back hungry. And you can make something, even just a snack before you make something bigger to eat. It's just like a pure care, but it's not an obligation. And the thing that when there is no obligation, it becomes pure and innocent. I witnessed something when I was volunteering in a festival, and I was a volunteer, and the heart that people give into the building up the festival for the people, I was amazed because they were doing it for free, but they were giving all of them because there was no obligation what you have to do. It was like what you want to do, where you can see that you can help, what you have talents, like where do you see that, what needs to be done, who can do that. It's like everything in organically in volunteering. There was no descriptions of what will you do, what have you been, like in what time you have to do it. We just know we have a project, we have to build a festival, we have 2 days, and we have a list of things that we need to be done, that needs to be done. What can help, who can help, what can stand, but there was no obligation. If you feel tired and you need a nap, go take a nap. If you're hungry, go eat. You're not forced, like we're not counting your hours. We are not doing anything that imprisons you. And I think that the worst thing that we have in the working system is that our hours are counted. You don't have the right to go there or where, you don't have right to do this or this. And if we take, now imagine yourself that you have this work, that you work in a company or on your own, doesn't matter, but you don't have any obligations. For example, you're a nurse. You know that this man needs his medicine, or that woman needs her medicine, or that man needs to be washed up. And you just come, and the only thing that you see is that the people that you need to take care of. This is your people, you take care of them in that time that you can manage, and you're free. Imagine that. Maybe you can change your schedule by the things that you need to do, not by hours. Imagine that if you work in a company and then suddenly there is no obligations. Maybe there's issues that needs to be solved. It needs your brainstorming, it needs your ideas, your creativity. And imagine that you have the whole freedom to suggest or to solve these problems without anyone tapping on your head or on your shoulder like, hurry, do it now, do this now, then do that, now go there, then now don't eat because we don't have no time. Why people are much more in love with volunteering than working, even though because of the working you get money. In volunteering, you usually only just get food or a room to sleep in. But usually maybe even sleep in a tent because there is no obligation. And this is the subconscious things that works through our conscious. That I need to do that. I need to take care. I need. And the thing that switches up in the marriage is that there is no longer I want and I care and I love. It becomes I need. I need to take care of the children. I need to take care of the cows, of the farm, of the woman. And when those needs puts up on your shoulder, you feel like it's suppressing you. And it becomes a burden, mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual burden. It should not be a burden because two people can live separately without needing anything from other. But when we suddenly come in the marriage, we, for example, as women, we start to clean and cook and everything, and then he doesn't do anything, and then we're mad. You don't have to do this. Take care of yourself. Talk, speak, communicate. Express what you want from them, not what you need. And do not try to do anything correctly like did your mother or grandmother. It will work and it will end up in the same way that we witnessed when we were younger. It's not about, I'm now even getting the idea, you know what? It's not even about the person we are with. It's about the conditions and obligations that we get put into, and that we unconsciously, we start to repeating our mother's never-ending story that came from the grandmother and great-grandmother. And so forth, so forth. Do you think that people truly choose the wrong people? Do you think that this is the mistake, that the people were not with the right people? I'm not talking about the forced marriages. I'm talking about the marriages that people chose each other. They believed in the relationship, in love. And the men usually, they have a burnout because they need to take care of the family. They need to, pay the rents or pay money for the bank. He would need to do that anyway if he would even live alone. But when we were somebody, it's so much more important that we want to take care of each other because it's easier and it's lovely and it's pure. And it's like purification of the understanding the relationships. We can communicate everything. We can understand everything. You can make your own way of being in a relationship. We see the model in every family the same, and we think that this is the right thing to do. But when you understand that there is no obligation for you, it's like being with someone and having the freedom to do what you like and bring it organically. Like if you're doing something that you like, can your man or woman join you in that? Can you do something together? Can you make money together? There's always a wonderful thing. Then when there is in business, there is a man and a woman. Then there is a balance in everything. Then there is like intuition and the logic and the actionness and then the problem solving, and everything just works very wonderful. We were not supposed to be like, I have my own life, you have your own life, my job is my responsibility, your job is your responsibility. And then we get drowned into the responsibilities. And then we get home and then we get more responsibilities. and then become a parents, and then we have even more responsibilities. It's like understanding that maybe the responsibilities are needed, but it's like when I'm responsible and I take responsibility, I understand that there is love behind it. But when I take responsibility and I have to be hard and unemotional, and I have to work hard, and I have to do this, do this, do this, do this, do that, then we are burned out. How can we solve this together? What can we think of? How can we make the balance in? How can we make it easier for both of us? Yeah, it's like a split. You see, the skull is split. And again, water. A lot of water. And air. Let's get some air. Some freedom. Some flying. Some enjoying, traveling and moving and exploring. It's like adventure, walking with someone, but it's not like being because you need to be, like, or if you will collapse if the person leaves. No, just be and try to create the relationships that you always wanted. I know it's hard when we didn't have witnessed this thing, like, and we have to create something very, very unique and different. It's not about, as, oh, woman is working and the man is sitting alone in home. It's not even about that. It's about how you can do what you both like and still see each other, still have time to be each other, create something each other, your home, your projects. When you can talk with the person as your best friend and share everything. Like, imagine like if you're living with your brother and sister. There is no obligations. You don't have to wash her or your brother's clothes. You don't have to do shit. But, when you're putting on the washing machine and you see that there is some clothes of your brothers or sisters, then you put them together. Maybe the next time the brother or the sister is doing the, the washing, the laundry, and he's taking your clothes, or he's vacuuming the house, or is he cleaning? It's like a cooperation. But you don't own shit. You don't have to explain yourself. You don't have to ask if you can go to be with your friends. You just say your plans. And you share them, and then you talk, and you see what you can do. Like, yeah, I have to meet with my friends, but you need to be taken to the airport. What we can do? How can we manage? Like, or maybe he or she will say, well, don't think about it. I'll just take a taxi, and that's all. Free. Without any guilt, without any thinking that now you have to suffer or to sacrifice yourself, that the marriage or relationship would work. It's just like being friends with benefits. The friend that you live together with, you have some romance, you have some adventures, and there's that taking care of each other. And sometimes it does not happen in the start. Sometimes we have to talk and to say what we want, what we need, like what gives us freedom, what suffocates us, what we can do. Like communication, is the key. Oh, it's so wonderful cards. I don't know, maybe you're thinking something to move somewhere next to the water, you like water. But then I have this card by the book. You see, then there's a man, a woman, and a child by the book. Which book? Who wrote the book? What do you feel in your heart how it's supposed to be? Is the man the one who should lead? Yeah, he walks in front of, he sees like, is it safe? If is there's any water? He's trying to lead. Then the woman goes behind. She's safe and she's protecting the child. The child has no responsibilities. He is taken care of. And you as a woman are also taken care of. Because if something happens, you always get the gut or the instinct or something and you would say, hey, stop. It's not safe here. We should move. Maybe he didn't see something with his eyes, but you felt it. But you're walking behind because he's keeping you safe. Can you all three walk next to each other? Why not? Why not? Who wrote the book? Did you write the book? Who said that it's supposed to look like this? Why you cannot go next to your man or the man go next to his wife and then their children will be next to them? 1 minute from the father's side, next minute from the woman's side, maybe sometimes in the middle. There is no book for this thing. Now we choose to the sea. Again, go to the sea. Because there you will find a message in the bottle that will bring you regeneration. And also we have a tree. And it's like raining like a magic dust. And when I look at this tree, it seems to me like it's even, an underwater tree that is in some kind of a rock in the water. And when the sun shines, it looks like, like magic sprinkles. I think what they're saying is that clean it up and do something different, not by the book. Do it your own way. Go to the sea, go to the freedom, find your own messages, find your own information. You will get help and regenerate something in your generation. And when you do this thing, it will change the consciousness collective. It will clean up the stress, the need, the burnout, the obligation. Women are suffering in marriages. Aren't men too? Why they always go to the left? Why they always look for the something easier? Because mentally it becomes too harsh for them to take care of the responsibility of the family. Of course, you take care of the children because you're two grown-ups and the child cannot go to work and to take care of itself. But the child should be independent in some ways. And you show that you have to be independent. It's not like, equality, you have to do all the things that the man does. No, it's not about that. Of course, if he's stronger, he will lift something and build something. But maybe you're better at the gardening. Maybe you know better how to heal his broken body and his broken soul. Is it less important? Is it less important than building a house or carrying something heavy? It's about sharing the tasks. It's about using our strengths in the right way. It's not about proving something to someone. It's about doing what we love and having a support and doing something together that connects us. You have to have something that connects you. What do you do together? Why usually when the couples build their houses, usually they divorce because they don't have any more projects left. Or they wait till the children grow up and then they divorce and then they live lonely and alone because they were not happy. In some way they are free because they're out of the obligation. And this message is especially for women. Take out all of the obligation of relationships. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to solve problems alone. You don't have to see everything in 1 or 2 years. Don't solve. Give the problem and leave it alone. Wait. Don't stress out. Don't panic. Let other people to make decisions and choices. Don't do anything for everyone. Because we need safety, and when we know it's not safe, then we try to solve everything. We don't need to solve anything. We need to find a way to solve problems together. And because people did everything by the book, they started to feel unhappy. And I guess that the water fairies, what they're saying today, is they're reminding you of the freedom of the sea. Look how wide she is, how strong she is. One day she's calm, and the second day she's wavy. And when you look at the horizon, you understand that there is no limits for you. No limits. You have to have that freedom within and around you and feel free in the relationship. And when you understand that when you step into a relationship and everything starts to show up from your mother's life and from your childhood, then you stop and then you see, this is not my story. This is not the way I want it to be. I want a different life, and communicate what kind of life you want. Try to experience it with the person, even if it's 4 years, even if it's with 2 years. When you will have your freedom, and when you understand that anytime you can just turn around and walk away, I think that even if you decide to leave the person, you will not be mad on the person. And he will not be mad on you, because you also respected his freedom, that mental freedom. So we put our wants. What kind of a relationship I do want? It's not about finding the right person, honey. It's about communicating the right things with him or her. You can create anything with anyone. And you understand that when we come into a relationship, we start to heal, and this shit starts to come up because of our past. And we can work this shit together and to create something that the world has never seen. And hundreds of generations never seen. And I was reading an old book from my country's history. And then there was this lady, she was like living in a very fancy house, and she was a rich man's wife. And she was just playing the piano and she was enjoying, and the daughter wrote the book, and she said like, oh, she sometimes had that mystical look with some kind of a sadness, but she was so free, she was full of wisdom, she was like, that true feminine. And then the little girl, when the father came home, he said, oh, please don't call mommy, just let her play the piano more, just don't disturb her, let us enjoy her music. And the father smiles a bit, and he goes into this cabinet and he works. And he doesn't show up. Maybe even though he was listening to her music too. And the mother played the piano for 2 hours. And then she noticed, and she was like, oh my God, children, why didn't you tell me? Like, it's so late, you should have been in bed. And the daughter said like, you were playing so beautifully, and I was enjoying it so much. I told the daddy to not disturb you and let you play. And she was like, oh, honey, why did you do that? Like, you shouldn't do anything of that. Because I have obligations as a wife. And the funny thing is that the daughter wrote the book when she was a grown-up, but in that moment when the mother played the piano, she was only a few years old. And she remembered the music. She remembered how the mom looked. She remembered the energy, the vibe. She remembered the emotion. She witnessed a magical experience when her mother is free and playing her favorite music, even though she did not have much time to play, because you know what she did had? Obligations. And the funny thing is that the man, he didn't even say anything. He just smiled to his daughter and he went to his office. He did not even come to tell like, oh, you know, it's too late, you should put the kids in bed. I think silently he was listening to her music too. But the woman herself was taught that she has obligations and she doesn't have time to play the piano for the children. She has to be the wife. So now it's time to clean it up, to end this never-ending story, to focus on here and now. You know your past and your experiences, and you know that you can create a future. You can build new blocks and stand on top of them. Be the creator of something that you always wanted. And when the soul that you meet says that, yeah, let's do it, let's try. And when the soul listens and communicates with you, and he's or she's not afraid to go out of the rules of the book, this is your green light. This is your green light, honey. It's not about finding a special soul. It's about finding your soul, that you feel good, that you can solve the problems, that you can communicate, that you can see the changes, that you can see that the person is trying to be a better version for you. And that is all what you need. And the relationship is like a wholesome creation that never stops. It like happens and happens and happens and it evolves. It's like growing a child. Every year is different. Every month is different. It's the same with a relationship. No one needs to own anything. Nothing. Freedom. Freedom. The only thing that you need to know is that you can be free. And if you can make anything, you know, with the money and the houses and anything, like if you can make any agreements that you're safe, that you're safe, that you will be taken care of, that communicate everything beforehand about the money, about the food, about the cleaning, about everything, about what kind of life you want. It's not like now it has to be, but if you want to travel, just say it. Maybe you can travel in 2, 3, 5 years. It does not matter. But you have to tell what you want. You have to understand that your values is the same. Also remember that the values changes. And now we have the card with the 50, no place like home. You create that home. You can create the home with that person. It's your creation endeavor. Do not play by the book. Create your own home with your own rules. Not rules, with your own ways. There's no such thing like, oh, you need to be together. You need to spend time together. You need to go to the restaurant. You don't need shit. What do you want? Do you want some time alone? What you do in your free time when you're alone? What kind of time you want to have with your person? And find ways. If the job is something that is not suiting your relationship and ways, change the job. There are options. It's like the sea, no limits. And the fairies of the sea is showing you the possibilities of ways that the first thing that you want to have is your wish. And let everything unfold. And believe me, when two people wishes for the same thing, it has much more power than only your wish. And when you communicate everything, it's not like you commanding the other person that I want this and I want that. You communicate like your child just playing and trying to make a fantasy movie and share your thoughts and ideas of what it would look like. And if the person is fascinated by your creativity and your book, then you can create. Of course, sometimes it scares people like, oh, you want that much? I can give you, like, how am I going to make it? Like, how I'm going to make the money or anything like that. It's not about that. It's about love, honey. It's about the love. And when there is love and there is wish and there is a want, everything will be just in right places. There is a way to make change things. And again, we have rows with 12. It's like 3 again. This is 21 and this is 12. Love cleans things. Let yourself be innocent and childish and free, and just have a wish and a dream and understand that everything is possible. If you want to create together something, it will happen. It's just like one simple last touch of something to clean up all the fragments of the past and the relationships and anything of the rules, some, I don't know, erase some last pages of the book to get the new message in the bottle, to understand how to create love in relationships, not marriage, not obligations, and not something that is hard. Have a nice time, have a lovely time. Be free and let the other person be free. And understand that if you can let go the person, if he would say that he would be better with someone else. And when you know that he can let you go. If he sees that you're not happy or that like you're not shining anymore, this is the freedom that you want and need. It's not that you will separate. It's about care. It's about love. And when we have to work some things out, sometimes it's better to be together and then have a separate days separately. To be with our thoughts, to think, to miss, to understand, to realize, to know each other through the relationship, to know itself through the relationship. And then you meet again, and then you talk again, and then you dream again, and then you do things. There's a lot of communication. Just being that joyous, innocent, childish person that shares his dreams and wishes. And say anything honestly, like, I know it sounds crazy. I don't want to look like my mom. I don't want that kind of relationship. I want us to be free. I want us to be happy. I want you to be happy in the working the thing that you like and you want. How can I help you? And you have the same back. And if you don't have the same back, say that you need it back. Say it. Talk, communicate, express it. You know, when the person makes you smile and you say that I love when you make me smile. And then you say, you know, I want that when you make me smile. I want you to make me smile. That's all. But when I say, I need you to make me smile because I'm sad, there's an obligation. But I say, when I want. This is my true heart's wish. So I think the fairies of the water today told you to be free and to clean up something that was happening for hundreds of years. To not play by the book and go to the sea and to regenerate yourself and your thoughts and everything that you learned and create new things and share them with other people while helping yourself and the other person you are with, you are making new pathways. You're making new ways, and then you can be an example for others. It's a way for you to understand what fulfills you and how love should look without any obligations. So the fairies of the water is saying, be free. Smell the wind, smell the sea, swim. Feel the sand and the sun. Inhale that freedom. Fill yourself with hope, with belief, and with love. And you'll be just fine. Thank you very much. And if you want a personal reading or a personal session, don't hesitate to contact me. Bye.